Catherine Tyson was born and raised in Georgetown. Growing up on Walker's Road, she developed a love for people where she inspired many from a tender age. Catherine's roots are on Walker's Road, where she was raised by her great-grandmother Valerie, her mother Ida, and her father Truman. Many still remember her as Little Rosita, or Rosa, as some still call her. Catherine regularly went with her great-grandmother to the Georgetown Seventh-day Adventist Church, and some may still remember her standing on chairs in the church singing or leading song service. Her love for people and ability as a leader was clear to everyone from that very young age. As a young child, she attended Edmer, SDA, and Truth for Youth School, which set the foundation for her dedication to education and discipline. Catherine spent many years in the United States, however, graduated from the Cayman Islands High School in 1984 and also Triple C School in 1986. That same year, she joined the police service, where she began to serve her community and fellow Caymanians. After a short time in the service, she left to further her education abroad. She attended Miami-Dade College, Florida Atlantic University, and Barra University, where she attained degrees in psychology and social work. After receiving a master's degree in social work, Catherine returned home in 1998 and joined the Cayman Islands government as a social worker, where she was able to touch many lives. Among other things, she helped individuals and families and vulnerable people at a community level to access government resources while always advocating for their needs. During that time, she assisted many single mothers who were struggling to cope with all the consuming task of raising their children. These struggles resonated with her, as she too faced some similar problems in the past while raising her 3 children. She passed on to these mothers various ideas and methods that she had developed over the years for making ends meet, thereby empowering them to help themselves rather than to wait for someone to help them. Catherine has always had a love for the people around her, as she demonstrates this by helping and investing her time and skills for the benefit of the community. Throughout her 16 years as a civil servant, she started off as a social worker, where she worked on the Christmas for Kids program, where private citizens and businesses donated money, gifts, and food for children less fortunate to ensure that they had a good Christmas. She also developed a summer food drive to assist families with food during the summer holidays. Catherine has also been involved in running summer camps from a grassroots level to a management level since 1999, providing affordable quality summer and holiday camp assistance to parents, where she incorporates reading, writing, and social exposure. In 2004, she became the National Housing and Community Development Manager, which provided housings for hundreds of families displaced by Hurricane Ivan, and also programs for children to keep them productive and positive. 2 consecutive years, she arranged trips abroad to take the children who lived in the trailers for a break from their environment. They traveled to New York the first year and Disney World in Florida the following. This trip was funded by donations and fundraising by Catherine and her team of parents and workers and the children themselves.
Because they live in the trailers doesn't mean that they shouldn't get a chance to go away, to see something, to go to a musical, to be in New York for 5 days. I mean, just that alone is a break from their situation. So yeah, they go back to the trailers, but they go back to the trailers with something different in their brain and their minds that they didn't have before. And that is an opportunity for other things other than what I see every day when I step out of my trailer. So to walk the streets of Manhattan and have the opportunity to be in a different world, to see museums, to see a play, to eat different food, to see thousands of people on the street, Cayman is just one little dot in the reality of our lives. There is so much more out there.
She creates and delivers programs for the unemployed, as well as the socially and behaviorally challenged students. She has volunteered her time with the Year 11 students at SciFec for the past 3 years to help them with professional grooming and social polishing to prepare them for the workforce. She has done professor work at the local colleges and facilitates self-development and work skill courses for the Chamber of Commerce and the corporate world. Catherine has organized women's retreats and women's conferences since 1999 for small and large groups, helping women to share their experiences and pass on wisdom as they are inspired and empowered. Catherine has written motivational columns for the newspaper for many years and currently writes for the Cayman Reporter and the Caymanian Times. Her voice is familiar as it can be heard on Radio Cayman's Talk Today and most recently for The Record, where she is a seasonal host since 2009. She is the producer and host of a television show, Lighten Up with Catherine Tyson, where her moniker is to simply lighten up and get out of your own way. The show has been aired regionally throughout the Caribbean since 2011. Catherine is the author of the book I'm Somebody's Mama, a book about her life as a single mother to 3 children, David, Richard, and Caitlin. She began her journey when they were 6 months and 4 and 5 years old. Today they are now adults and all university graduates. I'm Somebody's Mama has taken her many places around the world as she became a spokesperson for the single mother plight. She is a dedicated family person and values her time with the people that love her.
Hi, I'm David, Catherine's oldest son. I can say that I'm the man I am today because of the sacrifices my mom has made. She sacrificed everything for her children, her family, and for the community. And I can honestly say that I'm very proud and I continue to be inspired every single day. I think that her life is pretty much community service, and I think that she's the clear choice.
Hello everyone, Richard here. I'm so sorry I couldn't make it tonight, but I'm actually currently in the UK doing my master's in environmental engineering. But I did want to say a couple words for my mother. Firstly, I am so glad that she's made a decision to go ahead and run for GT South, because I know this is an area that is near and dear to her heart as she's grown up in Walker's Road, went to Truth for Youth, so this is really special for her. As long as I can remember, my mother has always been doing things in the community, from the Christmas to Kids programs, from the summer camps, and training. It's always been about bettering Caymanians. She's done things with women's rights and women's empowerment, and she's always just been a big inspiration to everyone. I've always known my mother to be a person to do things for others without expecting things back, and I think that's what we need in this day and age today. With all those things being said, I just can't see why Catherine Tyson wouldn't be the clear choice for GT South.
I've been inspired my whole life to be my true self, you know what, and to follow my dreams because I had someone behind me always telling me I could do it. And not only telling me I could do it, but watching her do her own thing, which is what everyone should be doing. Being the best that they can be, following their dreams and their passions no matter what. And we need more of that on this island, more inspiration, more foresight, more belief in our own abilities to make our own path. It's not everyone's path is going to be the same, and she always told me that. She knew what I was good at and what I wasn't so good at. She wouldn't stress the F or the D or the C in math, but she would stress the C in English because that's me. And she saw me as a person. That is the best thing that any person could have given to me growing up. And I had my support system, my mother, my brothers who were always there fighting for me, rooting for me. And I never 1 second doubted myself. And not a lot of people can say that. That's why she's the perfect candidate, because she will push people to do the best they can be.
Her decision to serve her country in this capacity is the next natural step.